Hello. Alrighty. Tonight we're going to do a game review. The game in question is 999. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. The game is rated M for mature, and it comes to us from the company known as Axis Games. The publisher, developer was called Chunsoft. C-H-U-N Soft. Alrighty. And for anybody who's interested, the year this game came out was 2009 and 2010 respectively. Alrighty. How do I want to start this review? I'll do it this way. Would you like to play a game? You would? Cool. Would you like to play a game with 8 other individuals? Sound good? Cool. Alright. Now, would you like to play this game if you knew you didn't have a choice? And if you knew that potentially your life was in danger? Don't sound too fun, does it? Well, you officially have entered 999. And you've officially entered the Nonary Game. You play as an individual called Junpei, whom is stuck on a boat with 8 other individuals. Now, this game is going to involve the following: your basic logic, some numerology, and even some music skills. The objective of the game is to make it to a room with a door marked with the number 9. You are given from, and I figured out the math by the way, 9 p.m. to 6 in the morning the next day. If you don't make it, your boat sinks. And you and the rest of your crew, well, you're in the shitter. And you're visiting Davy Jones's locker. Now, I think we need to establish some other rules, don't we? Well, as it is explained in the game, the doors are numbered 1 through 9. 9 being the door you need to get to. Every other door, or every door has the number you must match. But there's a catch. You can't just walk in there with one person. Nah, that'd be too simple. In this game, you must go in with at least 3 people, but no more than 5. Oh, and it gets better. Their route number must match the door. Once in the room, the participants of the room have 81 seconds to find a deactivation device. Now I know what you're thinking, deactivation device? Yeah, well, you see, how do I put this? They all have a bomb inside. Yeah, that's pretty much sucks, don't it? Failure to comply, and that bomb which is inside your body, and you dead. Now then, this game has 6 endings, and I'm not going to reveal any of them. I will tell you this much: 3 of the endings in the game are bad, but you gotta go through them. 1 is a safe ending, 1 is a dummy, and 1 is the true ending. So basically you got 3 good endings, 1 in the middle, 1 that's kind of okay, and 1 that's the ending. I ain't going to tell you what happens in any of the endings. I will tell you this, though. The true ending is the longest of them all. But I'm not going to tell you what happens in it. I leave that to other reviewers to do spoil endings for you. Okay? Alright. Let's discuss a few other things. That 81 second rule, it's bullshit. You have 81 seconds not to complete the puzzles in the room, but to find, once you walk in through one of those doors, to find the deactivation device to your detonator. That sounds okay, right? And once you do that, you can go at your leisure. The 9 hours, that's pretty much there for theatrical purposes. The game will move the clock at set intervals just to really make it intense. Well, never mind. In my opinion, if you want to make this game really intense, they should have did like they did in D. And if you never played that game, the game never paused. The clock was always moving. So you're sitting there going, oh fuck, we gotta get out of here. The game is interesting because of its diversity in characters. You have a detective, a college student, a blind guy. No, I'm not kidding. There's a blind guy on this boat. He has a sister who's stuck on this damn thing. And a couple other crazy characters. Now, I'm going to tell you this much. Your first playthrough is going to be like you're stuck in mud. Why? Because you cannot speed through any of the dialogue. Sorry, it's just the way the game was designed. However, once you complete the first playthrough, you can actually speed through any and all paths that you've already done. And sometimes you will have to go through those paths in order to uncover the other endings. This game, believe me when I tell you, earned its M rating. And if it showed half the gore that occurs in this game, you wouldn't have been able to buy this game unless it was through J-List or any site that sells adult-oriented games. That's just a fact. That is how disgustingly gory this game is. I mean, it makes, seriously, it makes the M rating that friggin' Persona gets look like a T rating. Then again, how would you feel if a bomb went off and it was inside your stomach? And you had to look, or how would you feel if you had to see somebody who basically spontaneously combusted because a bomb went off in his stomach? You wouldn't like it, would you? I didn't think so. The music definitely satisfies the atmosphere. And your main controls are going to be this. Now, I've gotten on Nintendo about gimmick devices, but the stylus actually works for a game like this. Because you're going to be using this screen a lot. Okay? Your touch screen. Because that is how you're going to solve a lot of puzzles. Now you don't need to use a touchscreen when you're making choices. You can use a standard A button for that. So here's going to be the ultimate question for a lot of people, probably. Because if you look on a variety of websites, you will see that the game has a vast amount of praise, garnering at least an 8.5, and the lowest rating I saw was a 6. Well, in our case, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are we going? I don't give out 10s a lot, and this game doesn't get one. It gets about 8.75. It would have gotten higher, except there's just one small problem. I understand that a lot of the dialogue that the game does, or a lot of stuff the game does, is for dramatic effect. It wouldn't be fun if you could literally just speed through the game and get through the 9-hour time limit in about 2 hours. I dig that, and I can understand that. Even if you know what choices you have to make, what doors you have to go through. Because, oh yes, believe it or not, that's one thing I need to explain to you. In order to get certain endings, you need to make certain choices, and you need certain items. Otherwise, you can't get them. The part that kind of sucks, but it's inevitable when you have a game that is basically of choose your adventure style. But what are you going to do, right? I'm not going to tell you any of the endings or what happens during any of the endings. The only thing I will say is, when I completed the final ending tonight before I did the review, I'm sitting there like, okay. I swear, I think the thing went for 20 to 30 minutes because you couldn't speed through it. You just want the game to be over with after the credits roll. Because I don't think they're making a sequel to this game, so a lot of stuff that they tell you isn't really necessary. But when you see what the true ending is, it is arguably the biggest what the fuck ever in a video game. And again, I'm not going to tell you what any of the endings are. It's just one of those endings that makes you go, wow. Boy. So, that is what they've been on the whole time? And that's where they've been? Really? Alright. But yeah, 8.75. But it is a very good game, and it is one, I will promise you, that has a very high replay value. The only... Alright, so you know what, I'll round that up. I'll give it a 9. I was going to stick it at 8.75, but not 9. It is as good as it is advertised, and it deserves the $30 to $40 price tag that it has. I'm going to make this... I'm going to tell you this right now. Your best bet is to pick the game up now, because down the line, once people figure out, oh my god, there was actually this really good game on the DS that nobody knows about, it's going to be more than $40 fucking dollars. That's just a fact. It is a game that no major publication will tell you about. None. But that's what you have YouTube reviewers for, right? So, we have a 9 out of 10, near perfect game. Minor issue with some of the pacing. But other than that, the music's good, the controls actually work in this game, and the characters are actually really cool. So with that said, I will talk to you all later. You have a good night.